Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, and not because your alarm clock is screaming at you like a furious drill sergeant, but simply because you've had enough sleep. No rush hour traffic. No checking your emails before you've even had your coffee. Just you, freedom, and time, your time. Now stop for a second. How far does that feel from your current life? Pretty far. Don't worry, you're not alone. Because for most of us, this feels like some fantasy, the kind of thing you see on a motivational poster next to a sunset. But here's the truth. The reason it feels impossible isn't because you're lazy or unlucky. It's because nobody ever taught you the real rules of the money game. They taught you how to multiply fractions, but not how to multiply income. They taught you how to write essays, but not how to write a financial strategy. And so, millions of people across Europe, from London to Lisbon, are spinning endlessly inside what's called the rat race. Today, we're going to talk about how to escape it. Not through magic tricks or motivational fluff, but through understanding how money actually works. Once you see the game, you'll start playing it differently, and that's when life begins to change. The illusion of success. Let's begin with a typical story. Picture Elena, 32 years old, living in Madrid. Great job at an international firm, earning around $80,000 a year. She's got the apartment, the car, and even that fancy gym membership she's been to exactly twice. From the outside, she's crushing it. But behind closed doors, Elena is stressed. Her credit cards are maxed out, her savings account looks like a desert, and every month is a balancing act between bills and paychecks. Sound familiar? Because here's the secret, Elena isn't financially free. She's financially fragile. See, most of us were raised on one idea: get a good education, find a stable job, earn more money, and you'll be fine. But the truth is, earning more money doesn't automatically make you wealthier. It often just upgrades your rat cage. You go from instant noodles to sushi, from buses to BMWs. Your lifestyle inflates, and suddenly your costs rise with your income. You make more, spend more, and end up right where you started. The rat race isn't about your income level, it's about your mindset and your control over money, or rather, money's control over you. The hidden curriculum. Think back to your school days. We learned how to calculate the angle of a triangle we'll never see again, but nobody explained compound interest, the very equation that could have set us free. We learned about the French Revolution, but not about financial revolutions, those quiet transformations that happen when ordinary people learn how to make money work for them instead of running endlessly after it. No one said, hey, if you spend all your income on things that lose value, you'll stay broke forever. No one told you that taxes might silently eat away a third of what you earn, but that they can be legally minimized if you understand the game. No one taught you the difference between working in a system and building one. And that's why escaping the rat race begins with learning the rules you were never taught. Let's go step by step. Step 1. Financial defense. Before you can play offense, building wealth, buying income-producing assets, and structuring ownership, you first need to protect your financial base. Think of it like preparing for a storm. No matter how good your roof looks, if the foundation isn't solid, one heavy downpour can ruin it. So, start by mastering your financial defense. That means 3 things. Know where every dollar goes. If you can't track it, you can't control it. Most people have no idea how much money they actually spend, it just vanishes into the abyss of expenses. You don't need an MBA in accounting, just awareness. Use simple systems, a budget app, or even an honest notebook. Cut the silent leaks. Subscription services you forgot existed. Take out meals that eat away your savings, all those little things worth $10 a day become $3,000 a year. That's the sneakiest form of sabotage. Build a cash backup. Financial anxiety isn't just about not having money, it's about not having a margin. Having a few months of expenses saved gives you mental clarity. It turns panic into patience. This is your shield. But to truly exit the rat race, defense isn't enough. Because defense keeps you from losing, offense is what helps you win. Step 2. Financial offense, playing the wealth game. Here's where people's eyes really open. Wealth is not built from how hard you work, but from how intelligently your money works. Every euro or dollar you earn can either go out to buy comfort or stay back to buy freedom. Let's talk about two paths. The first is consumption. You buy things that make you feel good today but lose value over time: clothes, gadgets, vacations that leave only photos behind. Nothing wrong with enjoyment, but when enjoyment becomes a cycle of escape, it becomes a trap. The second path is production. You use your money to build systems, investments, businesses, or ownership stakes that produce income for you, even when you're not working. And here's the key: freedom is not built from saving alone, it's built from ownership. Because while your job pays you once for your time, ownership pays you again and again, long after the work is done. The shift from employee to architect. Most people start life as pawns in the money game. They exchange time for income, stacking up months and years to earn paychecks. But there's a quiet level up that can happen when you start thinking like an architect. An architect doesn't trade time, they build structures that generate income like investments, brands, digital assets, or even rental properties. Picture this: Thomas, from Berlin. He started a small online store selling eco-friendly phone accessories. It barely made a few $100s a month at first. But he stayed consistent, reinvested profits, learned about cost efficiency, and 3 years later it replaced his full-time job. That wasn't luck, it was leverage. Leverage is the most powerful but misunderstood tool in the game. It comes in many forms: time leverage, other people's skills; capital leverage, other people's money; and technology leverage, systems that work even when you sleep. At school, we were taught that hard work always pays off. True, but only if you combine it with leverage. Otherwise, you'll spend your entire life sprinting on the same hamster wheel, mistaking movement for progress. The compounding effect. If there's one force that separates the financially free from the financially stuck, it's compounding. Compounding simply means small smart decisions multiplied over time create enormous results. You've probably heard it in the context of investing interest on interest. But it applies to knowledge, too. Each book you read about finance compounds your understanding. Each investment, even a small one, compounds your confidence. Each conversation with mentors compounds your awareness. Most people underestimate what consistent small action over years can do. They overestimate what they can achieve next month: I'll start a business and be rich, and underestimate the miracle of patient, cumulative growth. The compounding curve is invisible at first, then unstoppable later. Taxes, systems, and strategy. Let's talk about something most people dread: taxes. Now, you can't hide from taxes, and you shouldn't. But you can structure your life so you use the same legal tools that the wealthy use. This isn't shady, it's strategy. Corporations and investors don't necessarily make more because they're smarter, they keep more because they understand the system. When you earn as an employee, taxes hit first, then you spend what's left. When you earn as a business, you spend first, on legitimate expenses, investments, reinvestment, and then you're taxed on the remainder. That small difference changes everything. And no one taught you that in school because schools were designed to create good workers, not free thinkers. So when you begin building your own income systems, even something small, like freelance work or an online store, understand that you're not just earning extra money, you're learning how to play the game at a new level. The emotional trap of the rat race. You might think the rat race is only about money. It's not, it's also about emotions. Every time you get a raise, you feel that instant dopamine rush, that satisfaction of progress. So what happens next? You upgrade your lifestyle. You deserve it, right? But once that pleasure fades, you're back to the same anxiety, except now you need more money to maintain it. It's not a money problem, it's a meaning problem. The rat race keeps people chasing more because they've forgotten why they're running. Financial freedom isn't just about never working again, it's about being able to choose the work that matters to you. Imagine having the ability to take a few months off and learn Italian in Florence, or spend your afternoons teaching kids about creativity without worrying about your rent. That's wealth in real life, freedom to live intentionally. Mindset, the invisible currency. Before any financial strategy, before any stock investment or entrepreneurial move, comes mindset. If you think wealth is reserved only for certain people, you'll unconsciously block yourself from opportunities. If you believe risk is something to fear instead of manage, you'll never step beyond the paycheck loop. The wealthy aren't fearless, they're strategic. They learn the game, test small, and build large. Start seeing money as a tool, not as a scoreboard. You're not less worthy because your income isn't big, but you'll remain stuck if you never learn how to make it work for you. Practical steps to begin right now. So, how do you actually start the transition from employee to architect? Here are simple, practical moves that can compound massively. Audit your spending. No judgment, just clarity. See where your money really goes. Increase your savings rate. Even 5% more can fund your future investments. Start learning about ownership. Real estate, dividend stocks, small business, pick one and study it for 90 days. Build first, spend later. Reverse the pattern, earn, invest, then spend what's left. Surround yourself with builders. Mindsets are contagious. Make sure you're catching ambition, not apathy. Freedom doesn't arrive overnight, but every decision you make in alignment with ownership takes you one step out of the maze. When the game finally changes, there's this quiet moment that happens when you first experience true leverage. It might be the first time your investment pays you while you're on vacation, or the first customer that finds your product while you're asleep, or the first time your savings produce returns greater than your monthly paycheck. In that moment, you realize, I'm no longer just trading time for money. It's life-changing because it's perspective-shifting. Freedom stops being a dream, it becomes an equation. You start noticing that time, not money, was always the real wealth. And for the first time, money begins serving you instead of enslaving you. The real endgame. Escaping the rat race isn't about quitting your job tomorrow or moving to a mansion in the Alps. It's about earning back the right to choose your own rhythm of life. To work on what inspires you. To rest without guilt. To give without fear. Society conditions you to see life as a ladder, climb faster, earn more, buy better things. But real wealth feels less like climbing and more like building layer by layer, foundation by foundation, until you've crafted a life that's stable, peaceful, and yours. There's no prize at the end for being the fastest rat. The real reward belongs to those who quietly step off the wheel and start designing their own game. Your takeaway. You don't need infinite income to escape the rat race. You need clarity, intention, and a shift from consumer to creator. The classroom never prepared you for this, but that's fine because your life can become the most valuable course you ever take. Start where you are, with what you have, and build your own system. Because life's too short to be a pawn in someone else's machine. Play the game, learn the moves, and become the architect of your freedom. And if this message sparked something inside you, that quiet whisper that says yes, that's what I want, then take it as your signal. The next chapter of your financial life starts not next year, not next Monday, but right now. Keep building, keep learning, and keep designing your own version of wealth. Because freedom isn't just about money. It's about reclaiming the life that money couldn't buy: your time, your choices, and your peace. That's the real escape. The honest, powerful, beautiful one. This is Finance with Sonia, reminding you that you don't need permission to change the game. You just need the courage to start playing differently.
This journey is built on strategy, consistency, and value. If my content helps you grow financially, there's a PayPal link in the description. It's not about the amount, it's the support that counts. Every bit fuels more value. Let's build wealth together.